2 weeks from Saturday, on August 20th, Slaughter will be in town. And that's part of the War of Rock. We'll be filming that as well as part of the first episode. The winner of this Saturday is going to open up for Slaughter on the 20th at Iron Horse. But here it is, man. I mean, very, very excited because Dana Strum, bassist for Slaughter and rock and roll icon, now joining us on the Mojo Morning Show. How you doing, Dana?
How you doing?
Man, doing fantastic. Very excited to get an opportunity to talk to you. I know that y'all are going to be into, Slaughter's going to be into town August 20th, going to be performing at the Iron Horse. And, I mean, as cool as that is, there's something even bigger going on here locally, and that is, of course, the kickoff of War of Rock, which is this Saturday. And the person that wins that is going to open up for you guys on the 20th. What are your thoughts?
I'm so behind the whole concept. I love the fact that listeners out there that are gifted and talented musicians can bring their wares forward and go kick out the jams. We love seeing people that are great. We love seeing people give it and own up to it. And I think it's a great opportunity without jumping through a whole lot of hoops to get involved in a cool show, a great show, and let a lot of local people know what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, this is just a regional portion of the competition that's going to go national. Last week, got to talk to Mark Slaughter, and, you know, I asked him, one of the questions that I asked him was, you know, now these up-and-coming bands, a lot harder for them to get recognition, and not that it was, or that it's any harder now than it was when you guys were making it, but, you know, what does this mean for these young guys?
It gives them, I think it gives people a forum. You know, it's like the internet gives you a forum to have instant information on, you know, what's going on where I am in Vegas or what's going on where I will be later tonight in Canada. It gives you an open conduit and a forum to launch out, reach out. You know, you want to look at a guy playing the guitar, you can. You want to look at a hot girl, you can. This gives the musicians an open forum to immediately get involved, engage, and prove themselves without jumping through lots of hoops. So, actually, this is easier than what it was for any of us.
Yeah, you think
we jump through lots of hoops.
Yeah, at least this event actually makes it a lot easier, by all means. All right, when I asked Mark about winning the AMA award, when Slaughter won the AMA award, he said it was a dream come true. Do you remember what the thoughts were going through your mind when, not only when you won it, but even when you were nominated? What was that like?
When we got nominated for the AMAs, I guaranteed the guys in the band we were going to lose.
Nice.
There was like an inside bet, and I guaranteed everybody, I don't think we're going to get it. I think we're going to lose. When we walked in and I saw the seats they put us in, and I noticed that they were kind of seats by Aerosmith and by several of the other people that I suspected were going to win, my mind started clicking, and I said, get ready to say something because I think we're going to win. As amazing as that was to me at the time. Then when we did get called and I went up there, and keep in mind this was 1991, and I thought, well, this is the beginning of the end. It won't get much bigger, much better. But in fact, here we are 20 years later having this conversation. So I guess I was a little bit wrong there too, but you know, you just think, well, how much better can it get? Kind of band of the year, touring like there's no tomorrow, 5 videos all over MTV, and you just think, look, you got to be realistic. This is probably the beginning of the end. Fortunately for myself and Mark Slaughter and all the guys in the band, I was pleasantly wrong. But I'm that eternal pessimist anyway.
Well, I got to tell you, that's an incredible story in itself. Dana Strum from Slaughter, he's a bassist there. He's on the phone with us right now. Been around the music industry for a long time. And, of course, you know, you guys are a multi-platinum rock band, Slaughter is. This Saturday, we're doing the War of Rock. And as I mentioned, this is going to set up the band that's going to open up for you guys. And one of the things that I think is really cool is at that event, some of the proceeds are going to be going to the Children's Hospital. But also, Slaughter, you're going to be, the Slaughter Band is going to sign a guitar that'll be donated to that cause, and then another one that's going to be won by a local fan. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. I'm one that keeps all kinds of mementos and things from the various tour dates, and the guys in KISS gave us stuff, and Ozzy, and all of the people that Slaughter's toured with over the years. You know, and I got to tell you, that kind of thing is just so cool because you crack a couple beers, have a couple drinks, and talk about what were the odds of that ending up in your house, your apartment, your condo,
right.
Or in the back of your car as a deck piece.
Yeah, that's just amazing, man. And like I say, it's a pleasure to have you here. And we're going to be, I'm going to bring you back, Dana, in just a second, because what I'd like to do is have you give some advice to the guys that are going to be competing this Saturday. But also, I wanted to ask Dana about the Ozzy Osbourne Randy Rhoads story. So we're going to do that when we come back. Dana Strum actually put the two of them together, Ozzy Osbourne and Randy Rhoads. And it was a day that changed the course of rock and roll history. I mean, if you think about Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley and all those songs, it changed history. We're going to ask Dana about that next. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more with Dana Strum next on the Mojo Morning Show. Good morning and welcome to the Mojo Morning Show, where we are joined by Dana Strum. He's the bass player of Slaughter and rock and roll icon. This guy has done so much. And, of course, we're talking about the War of Rock as well as some other things. But the first thing that I'd like to do is I'm going to ask our listeners to log on to warofrock.com for more details. Could you tell us a little bit about the Randy Rhoads story?
That was a ever-changing portion of my life. I was that young kid in Hollywood, California, and I was playing a club not all that dissimilar to the venue here in Birmingham. And I thought to myself, I wonder if I could ever really effectuate a change. And my local group, was playing, and Ozzy happened to see it. Ozzy and I made friends, and I ended up the first guy that Ozzy ever really referred to help him put, an act together. When Ozzy left Black Sabbath, I was this person that was sitting there, and I said, look, I know the guy. I know who should be the guitar player. I know the guy. And we went and we saw a number of people. It's, in Ozzy's book. It's in many of the various biographies that are out there. But in the back of my mind, that guy was a guy that I saw, just like this contest, playing the guitar at a place called the Starwood. His name happened to be Randy Rhoads. And my jaw was on the floor whenever I saw Randy play. I just couldn't understand how people at the time weren't necessarily getting it. But that's the beauty of new talent. People often don't get it until it's really just kind of been force-fed at them. Don't forget that, whether you like this kind of music or not, whether it's Kelly Clarkson or Carrie Underwood or so many of those people, they were working at a grocery store or working at a Walmart or just hoping to be in the music business. Now they're at the top of the music business in various forms. That's from discovery and the process of publicity. So I had seen Randy playing in his local band, which at the time was the early incarnation of Quiet Riot. And I was just absolutely determined to get Randy in a studio with Ozzy. And it was quite a little process that went on before Ozzy would sit in the studio with me and actually see Randy. But it was a few-minute decision, as Ozzy puts it, and as I put it, where Ozzy kind of looked up and looked over at me and very, very nonchalantly, with consuming a reasonable amount of consumable materials at that time, and I'll be diplomatic about it, said, please tell that kid he's got a job. And the rest was world history. The world embraced Randy Rhoads as he deserved to be embraced. He is and was an unbelievable talent, one of the best guitar players I've ever been exposed to. And I was thrilled and still am thrilled that without that little funny center pin and me having that young dream, look, I got to do this, a lot of hard rock music might not be the same if we really think back.
Yeah, I mean, geez, you got to think about all the things that Rhoads was on. I mean, Crazy Train, Mr. Crowley, I mean, you name it. He did it.
Legendary songs and legendary recordings that were done through what was just an honest, I think this is the guy kind of experiment in a young guy's mind, which was my mind at the time. And Ozzy also having the balls and the willingness to sit in that studio and hear out what I was trying to say and show.
Right, and then give this kid a shot. How old was Randy Rhoads at the time?
I have to go back on my calculator. I mean, we were all in our young 20s.
Okay.
And again, in Hollywood at that time, there were 3-4 clubs. Everyone that came out of that scene, whether it was the guys from Motley Crue or whether it was the guys from Dokken, George Lynch, Jakey Lee was in another band that I then introduced to Ozzy as well. Everybody was in this kind of Hollywood circle at that time, playing one of 4 or 5 venues in the area.
Wow, that's amazing. And, there's that place, really, it doesn't exist anymore for this young talent. And that's what War of Rock is all about, is to give these guys an opportunity, give them a forum, get them in front of some folks, and possibly the big break that they've always been looking for. Man, you've told some wonderful stories, and we appreciate, Dana, you being on the show. And besides helping along rock and roll going platinum with Slaughter, Mark told us you guys are getting ready to go to Spain. Is that right?
We are. We're doing Spain. We're doing Dubai. We're doing Portugal. We've done the world several times, in our long career. Japan. It's unbelievable to see people from all over the world embrace one of the last American art forms, really, which is just straight up American hard rock music. No matter who's doing it, America carries that torch, and I'm really proud to be part of that.
Absolutely. With Dana Strum, everybody, bassist with Slaughter, the multi-platinum selling artist. And, man, we look forward to seeing you on the 20th. Look forward to rocking and rolling with you, brother.
Can't wait to be there, Birmingham. It's been a long, long time since we've been there. Look forward to seeing everybody and playing for everybody. And can't thank you guys enough for the support and mojo. Let's get it on.
I got it, brother. Let's get it on. Let's go to war. I appreciate you, Dana.
Talk to you soon, everybody.